You know, there's very little waterfront left for the public. Our recreation office wants a complete project. Nature trails, boat ramps, picnic grounds, visitor information center, the whole works.
Sounds great. Access roads will be expensive, though. You'll have to come in from the upper road here.
This project has high priority. Do you know the landowners involved?
I sure do. Tom Wade owns this parcel. The Dawsons, Linehan, McCrae, Joe Underwood, all business people. I know they'll be interested in the exchange. Only one problem area, right here. The key parcel. It's known as Hanford's Point. Owned by the Hanford boys, Drew and Chris. Their dad willed them the land and cabin when he died 2 years back. The boys moved in soon after, made it their home.
Boys? How old are they?
Well, Drew's 20. Chris was just 18.
We have a guardian, don't they?
Barnaby Cornell owns the local newspaper. But all he can do is sign legal documents for them and keep an eye on a small trust they have. Legally, the boys are what's known as emancipated minors. They're on their own, responsible for themselves.
What are they like?
Well, they're kids. Hard to figure. Some of the people up here call them kooks, but they've never given me any trouble. Matter of fact, I like them.
Well, now, what's the deal? Are you all through for the day?
Oh, easy, big brother. I'm just taking a think break. You know, there's a time for work and a time for meditation.
Yeah, well, you have it your way, and you'll think right through our vacation, and we'll never get this room added on. What are you thinking about, anyway?
Oh, how blue the sky is, and how lazy those clouds are. How life was pretty groovy from this point of view.
Come on, girl. Why don't you go out and have a look around? We're going to be here for quite a while. Go on, Lassie.
what Big Dog brought home.
Hey, who's your friend, Big Dog?
Oh, man, is she a doll. Well, what's with DR? Well, there's one thing sure. She's not about to let DR push her around. Well, I knew she loved me. She just couldn't wait to see me again.
Hi, Lucy.
Hi, there's been an accident. A collie dog fell down that old mine shaft near the ridge.
Big Dog's friend. She was here a while ago.
Your crow was after her. At least I think it was DR. She fell trying to get away.
Look, I'll go get a rope.
Hey, is she hurt?
Oh, I don't think so, but she can't get out of there by herself. Your car still isn't running, is it?
Oh, no way. There's a busted drive shaft.
One of you better ride with me.
We'll meet you down there, Chris. And hurry, huh?
Well, Big Dog, like we just been faked out. Come on.
Okay, easy, girl. Easy, we'll get you out of there. Okay, Lucy, you work your horse. Easy, girl, easy. Okay, up and away. Okay, Lucy, nice and slow. Well, how does life look from that point of view, little brother?
Hey, stop honking around and throw me that rope.
Cut.
We have some stuff at the cabin we can put on it. You're gonna be fine, girl, just fine. There you go, girl.
She sure is tame.
Well, the big dog chooses nothing but the grooviest friends. Just like I do.
Down, boy. I go for older men.
Oh, big deal. So he goes to college.
That reminds me, Lucy. Are you going to state next semester?
Oh, I'm kind of in limbo. I might go, but then I might work. I just haven't decided. Oh, hey, I've got to go. What are you going to do about the collie?
Well, I guess we'll take her over to the village. Maybe somebody over there knows who she belongs to.
Yeah, she's no stray, that's for sure. Come on, girl. Let's see if we can't find out who your owner is.
Sure you don't want to come with us, Lucy?
Better not if I want to stay alive.
You tell your papa we love him anyway.
Oh, Chris, you love everybody.
Well, that's what it's all about, isn't it?
You're building a room with a tree in it?
Well, sure. We didn't want to zap old DR's pad out from under him.
Yeah, and anyway, DR's about the only one around here who digs Chris's guitar playing.
Anybody with that much class has got to be basically a good guy, right?
I guess so. But is it legal? I mean, a tree in the middle of a room.
A tree is a tree.
Well, what's that got to do with it?
Oh, I don't know. I just dig the way it sounds.
See you now.
Bye-bye.
See you, Lucy. All right, you two, time for a boat ride. Come on, let's go.
finally decided to honor Clyde with your presence.
Step right in, gentlemen, for the finest in tonsorial splendor.
No way, man. You sure these golden locks and the whole temple might come tumbling down?
Well, sure, Clyde, you've heard the story of Samson.
Oh, yes. If your brother wears his hair much longer, he'll look like Delilah. A little mustache trim.
Hey, now, wait a minute. Just like my younger brother said, no way, man.
Kids today, what a pity. You know, I might as well be selling bifocals for all the business your generation gives me. The styles, the fads, the things they do. Where is it going to end?
Clyde, I seem to remember somewhere in the deep, dark past, kids were swallowing goldfish, jamming themselves 20 or more into phone booths.
Oh, but that was good collegiate fun.
Did you ever think how the fish must have felt?
Hey, is that a new dog?
No, she's lost, I think. Any idea who she might belong to?
No. But perhaps with a haircut.
She's on our side, man.
Come on, let's go.
Hiya, boys. Hi. Barnaby. How's the new room coming?
Oh, great, just great.
It's really gonna be groovy.
I'll bet. Who's your new friend?
We found her on the other side of the lake. She got in a little trouble and we helped her out.
Oh. She looks a lot like a collie that went through here in a Forest Service truck this morning. I'll call Dan Peterson, see if he knows anything.
I was really kind of hoping we wouldn't find your owner, girl.
Dan? Barnaby Cornell. Yeah. Are you by any chance missing a a very affectionate collie dog?
I've been slurped. Together, Mr. Stewart.
Thanks. You know, it's very interesting we should run into each other like this. I was planning to contact you myself. That property you have, Hanford's Point, is a very important recreation project being planned at Pine Lake. It's been given top priority.
Well, what's it got to do with Hanford's Point?
That happens to be one of the parcels of land we'd like to acquire.
Hey, man, you gotta be out of your gourd.
I think that what Chris means is that he's rather surprised at this.
No, man, what I mean is he's gotta be out of his gourd.
This is a land exchange. We give you property of equal value in exchange for your property.
Hey, well, look, there's just no property in the world equal to ours, Mr. Stewart.
I know that this is all kind of sudden and that you'll want a lot of time to think about it. But I do hope that after you see all of our plans and realize the importance of this recreation project to the future growth of Pine Lake that you'll reconsider.
Tell a man, Barnaby.
Well, I know how you both feel, but the least you can do is to listen to his side.
I'd like to come out to your place and show you the plans.
Well, you're welcome to come on out, and I guess we'll listen, but there's just no way we're going to give up that land.
No way at all.
We'll talk about it later. And thanks for returning Lassie.
We're glad we could help.
Yeah, sure. So long, girl. Play it cool, huh?
Dan Peterson said they'd be dead set against the land exchange.
Well, their reaction was just about what I expected. Did Dan tell you that their father died a couple of years ago?
Yeah?
Darwin Hanford. He was quite a man. Nonconformist in his own way. Fought for what he believed in. And despite first impressions, he brought those boys up well.
Look, I was quite impressed. Even if I am out of my gourd.
Drew was in college. Chris is a senior in the local high school. They both get pretty good grades, too. A lot of people say that they're wild. Kooky, I think, is the present-day word for it.
And you don't agree?
Well, perhaps I know him too well.
No, I think kooky might apply to some of the kids nowadays, but not the majority. If adults and kids could meet halfway, then we'd have something.
Well, they just won't buy what adults are trying to sell them today. They know what's going on. A lot smarter than most people think they are.
There's one thing I wouldn't do, and that's try to sell them something I didn't believe in myself. But I've got a job to do, Mr. Cornell. All I can do is try.
Well, you're welcome to try, Mr. Stewart. And believe me, if you've got any ideas about the younger generation, you're going to have some new ones before you're through with these Hanford boys.
Thanks for your help.
You're welcome.
Come on, Lassie. We have to expand somewhere.
It's bound to help the economy of Pine Lake. Now, this area here, Hanford's Point. Have you talked to the two boys that own it?
Well, we met, and you might say that we talked.
Meaning they don't think too much of the idea of the land exchange.
That doesn't seem to surprise you. You know Drew and Chris?
Oh, just by reputation, really. They're friends of my daughter's. And for my money, a couple of oddballs.
You've got to be talking about Chris and Drew Hanford, right, Daddy? Well, it's weirdos nowadays and not oddballs. Daddy thinks any boy with long hair is some kind of a creep. Oh, hi, you must be Corey Stewart. I'm Lucy Wade, friend of the poor, downtrodden oddballs of the world.
Hi, Lucy.
Well, you do agree those weirdos are a little unconventional, don't you?
Oh, absolutely. But so was Abraham Lincoln.
And Einstein and Thoreau ad infinitum.
See, he's learning.
Lucy, I tried to call you a couple of times to thank you for helping save Lassie the other day, but you've been busy.
Oh, I'm just glad I was there when she fell in that shaft. Can't lose a beauty like this.
Well, it seems I missed something. When did all this happen?
Oh, when I was out riding the other day. But I didn't help much. The boys did all the work.
The boys?
You know, the oddballs, Daddy, Chris and Drew. They pulled Lassie out.
Oh? How did you happen to be with them?
Didn't just happen, Daddy. Oh, we'd planned it for weeks. Drew and I were eloping to London, and Chris had the whole ceremony all planned, right in the middle of Carnaby Street. Now, do you know where the pliers are? I'm having trouble with that boat engine again.
In the kitchen.
Goodbye, Mr. Stewart. It was nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you, Lucy.
Stewart? Have any kids?
No, afraid not.
But you do know I was just put on something fierce.
Dialogue with youth isn't easy, Mr. Wade. And it's nothing new.
No, I guess not. Funny, isn't it? Sophisticated communication being what it is today. Pick up a phone, call anywhere in the world. Telemetry across oceans. Yet we still don't seem to be able to communicate with our own children.
Well, the Forest Green approaches. Looks like more dialogue.
Now, cool it, Chris. We did promise him we'd at least listen.
Oh, I'm all ears, man.
Yeah, and the mouth works pretty good, too.
Ho, ho, ho.
You have any trouble finding the place, Mr. Stewart?
Not too much. The road's a little rough.
Tell us about it. That's how I busted our dry shaft.
Yeah, but getting here is half the fun. And the welcome mat's out day and night.
Chicken crow.
Probably figures Lassie's still mad at him for all the trouble he caused.
Lassie's not one to hold a grudge. Are you, girl? Come on, fella. You and Lassie can make up right now. Come on, fella. There's no reason you two can't get along, is there, girl?
Looks like old DR's playing a different game now.
DR? Strange name for a crow. What's it stand for?
Distinguished representative. We got it watching the UN debates.
Yeah, you know, a lot of noise, nobody says anything. Bunch of real characters.
Well, did you ever stop to think that as long as those characters are talking, there's a chance? They put out a lot of brush fires. You fellas designed this edition?
Well, Drew's the architect. I'm just a worker bee.
A little unconventional, isn't it?
Well, that's the grooviest part. DR lives in that tree.
Right. So we're building the room around it.
Interesting, but what happens a few months or a year from now?
Spray that one again?
That tree, it's still growing. You have to allow for expansion around the trunk and up here at the roof line.
He's right, man. You blew it.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we'll just have to make some adjustments.
And these support beams, you've got them nailed right to the branches of the tree. You try to put a roof on those and they'll never hold.
Oh, hey, no, that's a mighty pine. Pines hold fine.
How'd you ever get a permit to build this?
Who needs a permit?
It's the law.
There's laws for everything.
Look, if we waited around for a permit and okays on all the regulations, we'd never get this thing built before we have to go back to school.
Hey, didn't you come out here to talk about a land exchange?
The need for this recreation project is obvious. Population increase, tourist activity. It'll open up lots of natural beauty for thousands of visitors. You can see it's all being planned in the public interest.
Well, we're the public, Mr. Stewart.
Look, the land that you're going to receive in exchange is going to be of equal value.
Well, maybe, but you're talking dollar for dollar, you see. We like it here, and we intend to stay.
Yeah. Hey, we just want to do our own thing. All that conforming really gets me bent out of shape.
So you make your own mold, eh? Well, it doesn't always work that way, Chris. Everybody has to bend a little. You see, all we have to work with is people.
Well, maybe that's the biggest hang-up of all.
Maybe. But will you read this over and give it some more consideration?
Sure, we'll read it. Right, Chris?
Yeah, whatever you say, man.
Boy, they sure make some kind of group, huh?
They sure do. Say, why don't you boys do me a favor?
No strings?
No strings. I have to fly to San Francisco for a couple of days, and I was going to leave Lassie over at the ranger station with Dan. But what do you think of her staying here with you and Big Dog?
Well, sure. Yeah, groovy.
How about it, girl? You want to spend a little time here? No, Lassie. You stay here. Thanks, boys. I'll see you.
Yes, I'm splitting. Your mother expects me about 7. I'll just make it in time.
Driving back tonight?
No, honey, we'll probably stay with your Aunt Amy. Drive back up in the morning. Okay?
Okay.
Will you turn that thing down?
Lucy, why don't you come with me?
Can't. Got a date.
Oh.
Who with?
Don't worry, Daddy. It's not with one of those oddball...
How about those boys?
You don't even know them.
But I know you, honey.
I don't think you do know me, Daddy.
You know, you sound like you're getting a cold.
You dress warm tonight.
Yes, Daddy.
A lot of flu going around.
Yes, Daddy. Now have a good time.
You too, honey. I'll see you sometime tomorrow, okay?
Fine. Don't worry about me. I'll be fine. Hello? Oh, hi, Bill. Yeah, I was just getting ready. Oh? Oh, no, that's okay. Well, sure. Oh, really, Bill? Well, look, we can make it some other time. Me? Oh, I don't know. I might take the boat over the village and goof around a while. Okay, sure. Goodbye.
Fit out there for man or beast. DR either.
Yeah, like an old Frankenstein flick, man. Creepy. Relax, Lassie. This old pad's made it through a lot of storms over the years. Hey, cool it, Lassie. It's like cold out there.
I think something's wrong. Come on, let's check it out. We better get you in where it's warm. Man, I don't see how we're ever gonna get you home tonight, Lucy. That rain's really coming down now.
Oh, this will be fine. You'll have your own private pad here by the fire. I saw an old flick on the tube a while back. Groovy picture. I think it was called, It Happened One Night.
Yeah, Clark Gable, right?
Yeah, and Claudette Colbert.
Yeah.
They split the room up just like this. You just leave it to old Clark to fix things up.
Daddy'd have a cow if he knew I was staying here.
Oh, milk's good for people.
It just wouldn't make good sense to try to make it home in a storm, Lucy.
No, I know. It's just that Daddy treats me like a baby. I just can't talk to him.
Well, everybody's got hang-ups.
You know, it's not easy to make contact with adults, Lucy. Well, I guess they've got problems, too.
It must be kind of tough raising a kid and spending all that time and love and money on him. Hey, are we going to be serious? Listen, Lucy chick, we're stuck with the old folks of the world. You better make the best of it. Either you fake it or you crash out. So for tonight, just cool it.
Achoo! Chris, you're absolutely crazy.
That's why you love me.
You're really wild.
Well, that's my hippie brother.
Chris is a big fake. He's one of the plastic people, but underneath he's just a big pussycat. Drew, you're kind of serious, aren't you?
It's that college bid, Lucy. They turned him on.
Well, they kind of make you think.
You look so distinguished in the mustache. How come you grew it?
Well, I just didn't want to be another pretty face.
Well, now, what'll it be? Maybe a selection on the old guitar by yours truly, hippy-dippy Chris Hanford. Groovy folk song? Original, of course.
Chris, honest, I don't feel so good. I'd kind of like to go to bed now.
Oh, she's turning us off.
You sleep here, okay?
Sure. Good night, fellas. And thanks.
Well, little brother, looks like it's just about time for Betty Bye.
Night, Claudette.
Good night, Clark.
You okay, chick?
Fine. Good night.
Well, Lucy's groovy. She's real fine. Lucy is a friend of mine.
Come on, knock it off, huh?
Hey, man, there's just no appreciation for fine music around here. All right already, all right. Come on, DR. Come on, rise and shine, man. The world really looks groovy today.
What, no more rain?
No, it's all sun and love.
Okay, well, it's your turn to cook breakfast.
Oh, okay. I'll go wake up our sleeping guest. Knock, knock. Anybody up in there? Hey, Lucy, you awake? Hey, Lucy, you all right?
I can't.
Hey, Drew! She's burning up. Hey, man, I think something's wrong.
Yeah, she's sick, Chris, real sick.
We shouldn't move her, should we?
No. Hey, look, take the boat and go across the lake. Call an ambulance. Now, hurry up. Come on down, Lassie. Okay, now take it easy. You're gonna be fine. But don't try and talk. Look, Chris went to get some help.
Drew.
Mr. Wade, Mrs. Wade.
Where's Lucy? How is she?
We don't know yet. Doc Ryan's in with her now. Said to have you wait when you got here.
You were pretty vague on the phone, Drew. What happened to her? What's wrong?
Well, she got pretty soaked last night. I guess she had some trouble with the boat out on the lake, and she tried to swim to shore. Well, anyway, Chris and I pulled her out, and we took her up to the house.
We got her in some dry clothes and thought she was fine. And then this morning, she really had a temperature, so we called this ambulance.
This morning?
Oh, well, yeah, you see, there was just no way that we could get her home last night, Mr. Wade. Our car has a busted drive shaft, and, well, the lake was really storming.
You mean she spent the night at your place?
Tom, please.
No, please. She said she had a date with Bill Davidson. Now I find out that she spent the night.
Tom?
Oh, how is she, Ed?
Well, it's pneumonia, Evie. She's a pretty sick girl.
Can we see her?
For a few minutes. I've got her on oxygen. But she's young and she's strong. I'm sure she's going to be all right.
Mr. Wade, if there was any way we could have gotten Lucy home last night, we would have.
Drew, Chris, I do believe you. Thank you for your help. Tom, remember that night a long time ago? I was 17. We'd been up to that dance at Johnson's Lake. And on the way back down the mountain, your car broke down. We had to walk miles to get help. And it was daybreak before we got home. Do you remember how furious my father was? Wouldn't believe our story? I'm not sure he ever did believe it, even later. All we wanted was his trust, Tom. He failed us.
I'd say she missed you, Corey.
I know she did. And I missed her, too.
Hi, Mr. Stewart. Mr. Peterson.
Hi, Tris.
Lassie been any trouble?
Oh, no, you can leave her anytime.
Ah, thanks. Is Drew around?
No, he's over at the hospital visiting Lucy. We've both been over there quite a bit.
I hear she's getting along just fine.
She sure is. Doc says she'll be able to go home in another day or two. How was old San Fran? Groovy as always?
As always. I see you're still going to use that limb as a support beam, eh?
Oh, absolutely. I kind of dig the way it makes the new room flow, you know?
If it doesn't hold, the whole room might just flow right into that lake.
Oh, no way. It'll hold fine. You see, we cut that limb down. Old DR is liable to forget some night when he comes in for a landing and blow the whole bit. Hey, what'd you find out about that land exchange deal? The government going to send in troops and blast us off our property?
I know you're kidding. But did you and Drew read that material I left here?
Every word. So help me, both of us.
And?
And I got a headache and Drew got an upset stomach.
Now, let's be serious for a minute. A lot of hard work went into that study and the majority of opinions in favor of that recreation project.
Now, look, Mr. Stewart, we really did read all that stuff, including that part about the wilderness concept. Remember that?
Yeah?
Well, then why can't you get our message? We want to keep Hanford's Point just the way it is. We're not planning on putting up any cheesy bowling alleys or hot dog stands.
The wilderness concept is important, Chris, but for certain areas.
Why can't you get our message? This project we plan will make it possible for many more people to enjoy the beauty of this land.
Drew and me, we got no fences here. That's part of our bag. Everybody's welcome here, anytime.
Well, Chris, Dan and I have been asked to do a ground survey on all the property involved in this exchange.
You know, for topography, road access, soil analysis, that sort of thing.
We've gotten the permission of all the other landowners involved. Can we have yours?
I don't have to sign anything, do I?
Not a thing. Just nod your head.
Well, consider it nodded.
Oh, do you mind if I leave Lassie with you a little bit longer?
Not at all. You can leave her here forever.
As you say, no way. You stay here, girl. We won't be long. Looks like these access roads are going to cost about double the estimate.
Well, they're never easy to figure from aerial maps. Like the man said, you have to be there.
Well, let's go up the shoreline and get a soil sample for the lab to analyze.
Cool it, Lassie. Wait, I got work to do. It's too bad you're so flat, DR. You and Lassie'd make a great duo.
You know what's happening?
No, but they do. Chris, are you hurt bad? Chris, are you all right? What's so funny?
Oh, man, we goofed.
What's this we, man?
You know, you're right. No way that limb's gonna hold.
The flowers are beautiful, Chris.
So are you.
I'm sure you'd tell me all about it. I could break a mirror.
You know, Lucy, I think you're letting those magazine and TV ads get to you. You know, if you really believe all that jazz, then the only important problem facing you today is, can a girl with no makeup, dull hair, and 1 pound overweight ever find happiness?
I guess you're right. And what do you mean, 1 pound overweight?
Hey, you look great. A couple days, you'll be right out of here.
Have you had any dialogue with your father?
Well, he's been around every day.
No, I mean about the other night, you know, the storm and all.
No. Daddy's never mentioned it once. I kind of wish he had said something, but then I just figure he's already made up his mind.
He doesn't believe us, does he?
I guess not. There's just a big, wide gap between us, and I don't know what to do. Oh, I know he loves me, and I love him and Mom.
Well, all we can do is just hope that he believes us, Lucy.
And if he doesn't, that's his hang-up. As long as we know what's true.
Well, I guess my problems aren't as bad compared to yours. Are they still trying to take Hanford's Point?
Are you kidding?
But they are trying.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're trying, but they're coming up like empty.
We made a few mistakes. I got the lumps to prove it. But just because we're not so good at making a room addition doesn't mean that we're going to give up our property.
Why don't they just leave you guys alone?
Man, who knows?
Well, that's what adults are for, to bug us, keep us on our toes.
Yeah, you know something? All the old cats in the world keep laying a lot of dialogue on us about how we ought to follow them. Well, how are we going to follow them if they don't even know where they're going?
Hi, honey.
We often don't know where we're going, Chris. We need your help just like you need ours.
Oh, I was just talking. I didn't...
Well, you're not copping out, are you?
No, sir.
Good. You, Drew, Lucy, you're the only young generation we've got. I guess it's time us old cats started listening to what you have to say. I owe you both an apology. I judged you. I was wrong. I'm sorry. How are you feeling, honey?
Fine, Daddy.
Well, I guess we better be going, huh, Chris?
Oh, by the way, Chris, I heard about that little accident of yours.
Yeah, man, that was a disaster.
Well, I'm a fair contractor. Maybe I could come over and help you build that room of yours the right way.
Wow, that'd be groovy. You know, we'd sure appreciate that, Mr. Wade.
Well, I'll come over sometime tomorrow. Have a look, okay?
Yeah, fine. Bye, Lizzie, Mrs. Wade, Mr. Wade.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
See you now.
Bye, boys.
Out of sight, huh, Chris?
Yeah, man, like way out. The old big dog's sure gonna miss Lassie.
Not to mention DR.
Looks like the feeling's mutual with Lassie.
So you're really gonna split? We're just getting used to all your dialogue.
I guess you figure we gave you a pretty rough time, Mr. Stewart.
I haven't given up yet, fellas. I've done all I can for the moment. The final decision will have to be worked out by the regional office.
Had to go clear to the top, huh?
Protocol, chain of command, you know.
The old establishment, right?
Right.
Sure glad that's not my bag.
I still think the project is worthwhile, Chris. That'll go in my report. That's still my bag.
Well, to each his own. You gotta do your thing just like we do.
At least I think we understand each other better.
Well, we're gonna keep fighting, Mr. Stewart, all the way.
Wouldn't have it any other way. Never stop fighting for what you believe in. That's what it's all about. I've enjoyed our talks. I mean it. We've had a lot of good dialogue.
Same here.
Whatever happens, whichever way this turns out, it's good for all of us. You know that bag you're talking about? The one each one of us has? Seems there's room for all of us in the same one. Come on, Lassie.
Nice guy.
Yeah, he's groovy. For an adult.